Hello, this is Robert R. Last night, or within the last 2 days, I gave the presentation for the library about for your social work 50/30. I promised a recording. I tried to do it, and due to operator error, we had issues. So I am going to record my webinar, my information, in probably three separate videos. Each part will cover certain aspects. Part one will cover developing keywords and searching Primo. Part two will cover the ProQuest and EBSCO databases, searching those. Part three will be covering parts three and four. Parts three will be covering searching for policies for for state, federal regulations, for laws, that type stuff, and also my contact information. So here we go. Part one. One of the more important things about conducting research is developing a good list of keywords before you begin. And for your policy, for your topics, that typically means think about the words that describe your issue, develop synonyms for those terms. Think about a population that your topic will affect, and also there'd be information typically about develop or along the words of policy. So you're looking at probably three sets of keywords. And here, if you see my screen, I have the issue here, and say I'm doing my issue on food deserts. And first thing you think about are some synonyms that describe that problem. So like food insecurity, maybe a lack of grocery stores in an area, which affects food accessibility. And then sometimes there is accessible food in certain areas, but it's not nutritious food. So I put in nutritious food. If it's not nutritious, it is then junk food. And the reason I suggest you do that is, as I state here, it helps you recognize those terms when you see them in articles and article citations, article abstracts. Also, it helps you develop the vocabulary of your paper, learn the vocabulary that the professionals use. Now, even though my list is here now, I may want to add to it as I go because you'll discover other terms that maybe work better. So, and again, these will help you develop your vocabulary, develop your search skills. Also, like I said, help you recognize them. So keep a list. Second part of my issue is typically related to a population or area. And usually, you cannot be can be specific, but don't be too specific. Because like I'm looking at food deserts, typically that will affect low income people. And those people are sometimes called poor people, as you see here in my list. Poor people, that can be other words that describe poor people: poverty, low income, low socioeconomics, poor. And there's probably some other terms, but I'm going to start with those. Excuse me, as my email pops through. And then probably in my final grouping of keywords, I'm looking at something about those two issues, and that's typically going to be like the word policy here, policies, laws, or regulations. So think about these before, and actually for your final grouping, I have a group of words here. And when you put those in a database, typically they'll look like this. You can't just type them in like I have them. You have to add the word or in between them, because the word or tells the database to look for one term or the other. And if you type like I do, also check your typing. I know I spoke about that several times last night. So regulation or regulations. And one of the things in the databases, you can add an asterisk and it will search for all possible endings for that word. So, and one advantage of, let me shut my email off real quick. Okay, hopefully that won't pop in. So one of the advantages to doing this is if I have this list down here on my computer, I can copy and paste it into my search engine. So that's typically what I do before I even go to my search, because otherwise I am typing in one or two words maybe, or a whole sentence, and getting everything or nothing. And typically that is very discouraging. So I go ahead and think about my topic first, develop a list of keywords, and then I'm ready to search. Now, one of the first places sometimes I search is search Primo. Primo is the library's catalog, and it searches for books and articles that we have access to. I use Primo to search for books. At the graduate level and most upper division levels, even in undergraduate, I don't start in Primo looking for articles because it is harder to narrow them down to reduce my results. So I'm going to go to my browser window, and you'll see here I'm at the library's homepage. If you are not here, go to any UNCP page, click on Quick Links, click Library, and it will bring you here. Now to search Primo, you just click on this central banner, and it will bring it up. Now when you're searching for books, you cannot be as specific as you're searching for articles. So I'm just going to type in food deserts and click search. I can also type in the word poverty. And if you do searches in Primo on this one line without doing to an advanced search, anytime you use words like and, or not, they need to be capitalized, or Primo searches for them as a word. Okay, I've got food deserts and poverty. I'm going to click on search. I'm going to click on search. Sorry. And I have items. You notice a lot of these are articles. So you may want to take a look at those. And if you want to see one of those, just click on available online or click on the title. And if there's links available, they should be here. This one has none. But to limit to books, scroll down to you click on books. You can also click on book chapters. We'll click on books. And these are books. Notice some of them will be ebooks available online. Some of them may also be physical books. Now, if you're offsite and would like a book, notice I have lots of books here. I've got over 13,000. If I just want to do held by library, that will just be the physical books here in the library, and I'll have call numbers. You see I only have 2, so that may not be a good thing to do. But if I wanted to request this book, what I would have to do is, notice where it says sign in. I would have to sign in. And you'll see this is a login that will come up for both Primo and also the databases. I've got my information saved, so all I have to do is click on login. Now, if I want to save this book, I can, or if I want to request it, I can click on the title. And I can request it. See here, it has request or interlibrary loan. If I request it, this information will be sent to us here, and we will mail the book to you. That's the good news. Bad news is it goes out book rate, so it may take up to 2 weeks to get here to you, and you will have to mail it back at your expense. However, if you look at this book, this was actually an ebook, so we will not mail it to you. But take a look at the content, at the description here. Typically, these are is your abstract, and then take a look at the contents. These are typically the chapters. Even with physical books, let's say you want the physical book here, it gives that. If you don't want that, you just want a chapter. If you give us the name of the chapter, we will scan it and send it to you. So that's a lot quicker than requesting a book. Here's one that's only available here in the library. See, it has the call number here. And these are the subject headings that you should look at as well. Food security. If I haven't, I think I put down food insecurity, but you may want to put down food security and add it to your list. And again, I can click here and search for other books that has this title throughout the database. See, it's doing my search. And I have other books: Global Food Crisis, Food Farming Community Exploring. So again, and also if I sign in, I can pin those and make a list. I can email myself that, or I can also see a citation. Citations, good and bad. You see the various editions we have here. Know that this hasn't been updated to APA 7th, so you have to make some adjustments to it. And anytime you do a citation, take a look at it, be sure it is correct with capitalization. This one is not. I know that the E needs to be capitalized. And if you like, you can copy and paste that into your bibliography, and I will do that in a second or later on. So anyway, you can do that. Food security. So you can request books. If you have any questions, please contact us here at the library and we can assist you. And you notice here's other limits too if you're looking for peer-reviewed journals, that type of information, your date slider. So this is a little bit of information about searching Primo. There's other tools available if you want to search, or I have additional videos about searching Primo. So I am going to conclude this part 1 of this video, and we will go on to the next part. Thank you.